Once upon a time, in a small village, surrounded by mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco. Marco was very restless. His mind was always full of thoughts. Endless thoughts that came and went all day long, leaving him tired and uneasy. He felt sad about his past and constantly worried about the future. His mind felt like a storm. He couldn't feel calm, couldn't sleep properly, and had even forgotten how to smile. One day, Marco heard about a faraway village in the hills where a wise old man lived. People said this man had once been a famous psychologist in the city. He had helped many people find peace, but later left the busy life behind to live quietly, close to nature. Sometimes he still gave advice to those who came seeking help. Filled with hope, Marco decided to meet him. After many days of a long and tiring journey, Marco finally reached the village. There, he saw a small house covered in greenery. On the porch, the old man sat quietly, with his eyes closed, looking peaceful. Marco approached him and said softly, "Grandfather, my mind is very restless. I cannot stop thinking. I want peace in my heart. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes and smiled calmly. "So, you are looking for peace," he said. "Come with me. I will give you a small task." He took Marco to his yard and filled a glass completely with water, so full that even a small shake would cause it to spill. Handing it to Marco, he said, "Walk from here to the edge of the village and then come back. But remember, you must not spill even one drop." Marco was surprised, but he accepted the challenge. Holding the glass carefully, he began walking. The road was narrow and busy. People passed by. Shopkeepers called out. Dogs barked, but Marco paid no attention to any of it. His eyes stayed fixed on the glass. Step by step he walked carefully. Finally, he returned and said, "Grandfather, I did it. I didn't spill a single drop." The old man smiled and asked, "Did you notice the children playing on the road? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco shook his head. "No. I didn't notice anything. I was only focused on the glass." The old man nodded gently. "That is the secret. When your mind stays in the present moment, there is no space for fear, confusion, or extra thoughts. You were not sad about the past. You were not afraid of the future. Your mind was quiet at that moment." Marco understood. This was the peace he had been searching for. Peace is not something we find outside. It already exists within us when we live fully in the present moment. Marco bowed his head and said, "Now I understand. If I want to calm my mind, I must stay in this moment." As the sun set and birds flew back to their nests, Marco began his journey home. But he was no longer the restless young man he once was. He had changed, because now he knew how to calm his mind.